HGTV is one of the most popular TV networks in the United States. Behind the news and sports channels, HGTV is right behind them with over 1 million avid viewers. Perhaps it is their ability to paint the American dream of homeownership and turning your dream home vision into a reality. But when contestants who were featured on HGTV were asked about their experience while they were off camera, their homeownership dreams sounded more like nightmares, being set up for failure for others' financial gain. December 30th, 1994, HGTV first aired.
Your home, and it's all happening right now on Room by Room for Spring.
The baby boomer generation was reaching the age where their focus was shifting towards their home and taking on home projects. Prior to HGTV, the only home-focused show was This Old House on PBS, which featured a house being renovated throughout several episodes. HGTV founder Kenneth Lowe believed that an entire TV network dedicated to homes would do very well. He was working as the general manager for EW Scripps Company, which was a national newspaper empire. He pitched this idea to the CEO, and the company liked the idea, especially after he said he would leave the company if they were not interested and take the idea elsewhere. Lowe was given $25 million to launch the network with the backing of EW Scripps. The channel's first few years were a huge success. They were one of 103 cable networks that were released in 1994, and only 2 of those channels still remain: the History Channel and Home and Garden Television. Even President Bill Clinton reinstalled cable in the West Wing of the White House so Hillary could watch HGTV. Lowe's and Home Depot sales skyrocketed as many Americans were beginning to renovate their homes. The housing market was booming as a new standard was being brought to the table. People began to have more pride in their homes, and home buyers became just simply more picky. This all added more fire to the 2008 housing market crash. This did not impact HGTV at all, as housing was still the main topic of conversation in America. In fact, they were sold for $12 billion in 2018 to Discover Inc. Clearly, HGTV is a money-making machine, but during their history, they have had more than a few people come out with the truth behind the network in some of their top shows. The network initially set out to show people do-it-yourself projects to improve their homes, but unfortunately, although very valuable to a niche audience, it would be less likely to appeal to the masses. This resulted in corners being cut, hiring actors to act as realtors, and when the company was bought by Discover in 2018, it was and has been turning into whatever situation the script says, not reality. In 2018, it was reported that only 6 of the first 21 contestants on the show HGTV's Dream Home actually lived in their new home for more than a year because of the high property taxes. The vast majority either took the cash alternative or sold the house back to the developer within a year of winning, often due to the huge tax bill that came with the prize. Americans still watch HGTV and believe that everyone is living in these houses, further emphasizing the idea of, well, if they can do it, why can't I? This can get especially dangerous when it comes to the house flipping shows. Renovating a house can be very beneficial if done right. I would hate to see someone think that they can take on a house flip themselves or hire a contractor who is not properly vetted, all because of shows like the Property Brothers, a set of identical twins who flip properties on their show. Paul and Mindy King had it pretty bad when they wired $193,000 to the Property Brothers only for them to allegedly record the house reveal 4 different times because they were so underwhelmed by the work done to their home. What's concerning is it wasn't like they didn't like the design of their home and it didn't turn out the way they expected, but it was shoddy work. The couple filed a lawsuit alleging that there were over 90 deficiencies in the home, including some pretty serious hazards such as exposed electrical wires. The Property Brothers and the contracting company had to allegedly fix $94,000 in damages after it was all said and done. I would be pretty pissed off if I was this couple and this was the result, but I mean, look at these guys. They wear tool belts that are fresh out of the box and tools that appear to really have never even been used. All the physical labor more than likely is never even done by the Property Brothers. Any physical labor shown on TV is most likely just footage, and that is the extent of the work. Now don't believe me, this is not the only instance or show where some shady things have occurred. Renovation Impossible had Ryan Onion and his family on the show after they had $75,000 left in their renovation budget after allegedly already getting screwed over by a previous contractor that they were working with. At first, the family was thrilled with the result until they actually moved in. There were allegedly many problems with the property, including a shower head that sprayed into an electric fireplace that was in the shower. When Ron and his family reached out to Renovation Impossible, he was told that it would cost him thousands more to make the requested repairs to his home. Instead, Ron decided to go to social media and show the world the result of the renovations, which started a wave of more people who were featured on the show saying that they had similar experiences. The host of the show, Russell Holmes, came out and said, as far as haters posting things they only know one side of, karma is a bitch. All I have to say is this just looks like damage control, as if they just fixed the mistakes in the first place, there's a good chance that they never would have gone public about all the problems after being featured on the show. Even when the renovations have gone as planned, a former guest let us in on a little secret. Guest Jamie Ferguson got her home remodeled on the show Fixer Upper. She revealed that the contestants do not get to keep the furniture, although they do have the option to purchase it. Ken and Kelly Downs were contestants on Fixer Upper, but shortly after, a car crashed into their house causing severe damage. But that was not the only problem that occurred. They allegedly were being intimidated and harassed by neighbors and local store owners because ever since they moved into the neighborhood and added value to their home, everyone's property taxes went up. Their other complaint was that the house they purchased was not in a good neighborhood, and they allegedly tried to place the blame on Fixer Upper for not tipping them off to this. To me, I think they just chose a bad location due to them not being from the area, and they should have done better due diligence. Fixer Upper came in, did the work on the house that they purchased, and everything else that happened afterwards was really out of their control. Also, a bad neighborhood can be subjective to the person you talk to. Imagine someone picking out a location because it was sentimental to them for some reason or another, then you tell them, hey, this area is a little shady, you know? They might not take it the right way, but I guess it is better to insult and set correct expectations from the jump. I still think the couple not doing enough prior research is completely on them, and choosing the victim mentality was the way that they chose to handle the situation. That also goes for the people that all of a sudden are shocked when they are hit with a massive tax bill after they are featured on one of these HGTV shows. They put in a ton of work and add value to your home. That value addition is great for the property, but people need to be aware of the tax implications before they take on such a big move. Then there are people that really just get screwed, such as Sennett and Wendy Pruitt, who were featured on Curb Appeal. They got a $20,000 renovation, but the problems that were caused were much greater. Pruitt stated that they allegedly built a retaining wall in his basement that trapped water inside, and the basement flooded multiple times, causing him to go out and purchase a pool pump to get the water out of his home. And the cherry on top was the show planted exotic plants and grass in front of the house, all for it to be destroyed by the Georgia heat just several months later. Despite the problems at his home, Pruitt was allegedly immensely appreciative of everyone's hard work. Shows such as House Hunters have been accused of being staged, with contestants already owning their homes when they were appearing on the show. They would go and tour other homes and act as if those were other options. House Hunters also allegedly had contestants come out and say that the producers hired a random actor to play the part of their real estate agent. Well, you know what they say, don't believe everything that you see on TV, but let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section on this one. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss any more videos, and smash that like button. Until next time, here's another video to watch.